Welcome to the podcast. I'm Melissa Westbrook, writer, painter, teacher, and mom of 4.
And I'm Brynn, author, international education professional, and mom of 1.
And I'm Katie Moody, former teacher of photography, graphic design, video, and current full-time parent of 3 kids.
We're not quite losing it. 3 creative friends coming together to share some laughs, inspiration, and advice to help you feed your creative spark when the responsibilities of life and parenting are threatening to snuff it out.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 12 of Not Quite Losing It. This is our final episode of our first season, which feels absolutely bananas to say, but we're excited to kind of wrap up this final episode, which we've all agreed will not be the final episode. It's just the final episode of season 1 and kind of tying a nice bow on our original commitment, and then we're having fun, so we're going to keep rolling.
We're coming back.
Yes, but to actually tie that nice bow, let's start off with our lost and found. Brynn, I think you had a pretty big thing going on this past, since we last recorded.
Since we last recorded, I had my book launch. My book launch is officially in the world, and you guys were both there. We finally have a picture of the 3 of us together in the world. It's a great picture, by the way.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great
We're
picture.
cute. It's true.
Picture. We are very cute. And y'all entertained my publisher because he was there by himself. I really appreciate
so
that,
sweet,
guys.
Colin.
He's
we
so
love you.
Sweet.
We love Colin.
Yeah.
Shout out Colin. If
We would-
fiction.
We wouldn't exist without Colin.
So
I mean,
true.
Colin's encouragement for you to start a podcast is why we are here today.
I think he maybe thinks I overreached because I just needed to promote my book. And I think he and the publicist were like, just write a few articles on Substack. But nope, we got together, got a team, bought microphones, bought equipment, and started a podcast.
Yeah, we sure did.
But the
Yeah.
3 of us, that kind of, I think, is on brand for the 3 of us. Taking something and doing it times 100,
Just
way...
Be a little extra.
I
Be a
know
little
that's
extra.
okay. That's a really funny thing because we've talked so much about how in order to get this done, in order to get creative things done, we have to lower the bar so we can clear it. But compared to what other people would have done in this scenario, we way overstepped.
I
We
was just
way
for
high
us,
jumped it.
lowering the bar is starting a podcast and then not recording in person. For the last
Yes, we're
7
like, we'll
episodes.
change.
That's how we lowered the bar.
Yes, I love us. That's hilarious. So yeah, how does it feel? Book 2 is out, and
Book 2 is out, and it's really great. I have to say it's because my debut was with an indie press, and so it was very small, and I'm a new author building a career, and it is definitely different the second time. I have more of a network. I was able to be in conversation with other authors because I've now met other authors. I've built their friends, and I didn't have that for the first one. And personally, I think every book event should be 2 writers talking. It should not just be one author sitting there. It needs to be a conversation. It's so much
Yeah.
better.
It
And
was
don't
so
do
good.
in-person book readings. I'm 100% against authors reading their work in person. No,
Interesting.
it's not. I unless you're a trained voice actor, I think
I was
But,
gonna
like,
say
you are,
You
kinda.
could have.
I know enough that I wouldn't be good at it. I don't want to sit there and do the voices on the spot. I think it lowers the energy. So that is my take. Authors should not do readings of their books.
I
in
could
public.
I could see a world where playing a segment of your audiobook version would have been good though
100%.
because it's so good.
That
But no,
is
the
different.
conversation between you and I'm so sorry I forgot her name.
Lynn Cullen.
It was really amazing. I loved seeing what questions she had to ask you and what little things she picked out, and also just the sort of creative challenge of talking about a book without giving away the plot because some people in the room had read it and some hadn't, and so how do you have a conversation that can be interesting to both? I thought y'all handled that so well, and it was fabulous.
It was
I
really
loved
fun.
it.
Oh, thank you. It was so much fun to be in a bookstore. And then just because I want to be honest about what the experience is, 2 days later I went to Greenville and did a book event, and 1 person showed up.
Oh.
1 person. So that is the reality. The launch was amazing, and we've had great sales. Again, for an independent press, like everything's relative. We've had great sales. It is still in certain categories, like in the top 10 or 12 new releases, which is amazing. Which is amazing because I don't have a following. So like people are clearly talking about it. I don't have a fan base. This is 100% word of mouth. So that's all amazing, but still, like, I am a 2-book indie author. So it's print on demand model. So I am not like the Strand in New York is not going to sell out. Like I'm not getting 200 people buying tickets. I still have events where one person shows up. And so thanks, Jeannie. New Yorker, Jeannie. Yeah.
Jeannie, we love you.
She lives in Greenville, but she is a transplant from New York, and she is very New York. She was a delight to talk to.
Love it.
So,
yeah.
Thanks, Jeannie.
We're glad you were there, Jeannie.
I think that, though, Brynn, it's good to show the reality of both sides of it. It's like you put yourself out there and you get some W's and you get some L's, which even Jeannie showed. That's not a total L, but it's just not. It's all a sliding scale of, success when you're looking at those metrics. And sometimes it's hard.
I think that's like you said, Kate, it's not going to be W's across the board, right? Especially when you're building a career.
Yeah. And that's
as an author.
It's not just okay. It's like it's just a part of it. It's part of the process. And I should also say that you had to have some rest time after that on a human note as well, that you were like, I need like a down day. Nothing. So I feel like, Melissa, you probably also needed that after the yearbook, and I don't know that your life allowed you to have it, but just sometimes after you get through, when my husband got done with his big conference, he needed some days of just like being a couch potato. Bed slug energy,
Yep.
Bed slug.
Yeah, well, there's once again, there's nothing in my life that's as exciting as Brynn's with the book launch. But I did get offered a couple of tickets to go sit in a VIP box at a Weird Al Yankovic show. And who are you going to call? Mel Westbrook, baby. Melissa is a Weird Al fan. Yeah, a lifelong Weird Al fan. And she even, because she has curly dark hair, she's even dressed up as him for Halloween, right?
Yep.
And so I could not have been offered, like, if I wanted to, like, be like, Melissa, let me craft the perfect night for you.
Correct.
My husband's company could not have given me a better free option to do so. And so it was so unbelievably fun.
VIP box seats to Weird Al.
Yeah. Yes.
Living
there was
the
a
dream.
lounge. There was free stuff and popcorn everywhere and fancy little wristbands. And I mean, we were living. And we were there with the Weird Al fans. Like, that's a great group of people.
Gosh.
I told Melissa, I was like, I feel so safe. I'm not going to be robbed here. I'm not going to be objectified. Like, everyone's so nice, and nobody cares that I look like such a basic white girl right now because my clothes are, like, not fun enough for this. My clothes that fit me, it's a limited, post-baby, a limited set of options. So, yeah, it was just, oh, my gosh. It was the best night. It was so really fun.
And what songs did he do?
All the good ones.
All the good ones. And there were some that particularly related so hard to, like, Melissa and I that I haven't thought about in years, like the word crimes for Robin Thicke's Blurred Lines. And so it's all about, like, being a grammar, hardcore grammar person. And Melissa's former English teacher.
How old is he now?
He's 66, I think.
Oh my God.
And his voice is, I told Melissa, his voice is in such good condition for the way that he uses it. And all his musicians up there are amazing. I mean, it was so fun. It was just
so fun.
Ridiculously fun.
And it was like a last minute kind of thing. She texted me on Saturday, like,
the day before.
Can you go to this thing tomorrow night? And my sweet husband,
I was going to say, shout out Chuck. Shout out Chuck and Kaysen holding down the fort.
Because it was like not the most convenient thing for me to go, but I was like, if it was
once in a lifetime,
if it was either Katie Moody or Weird Al, I might have been able to say no. But Katie Moody and Weird Al, I can't. I mean, honestly, if it was like Weird Al and anybody, probably I wouldn't have been able to say no.
I'm not offended by that. I'm not offended.
Oh my gosh.
It was so fun.
So fun.
We made it happen.
Yeah, and like just I mean such a joy, such a great and something like that's just so different and like standalone that I'm like I know I'll remember this forever because
Yeah.
it was just so, I mean,
Yeah.
I haven't even been to a show. Well, I went to a Steve Wilson Jr. show with Kason because we're like healing our inner children with reinvesting time in country music, selective country music, because we both grew up kind of redneck, but then like talked ourselves out of most of our southern accents and all these things. So now we're like listening to the country again. So I did go to a Steve Wilson Jr. show recently, but outside of that, it's been years, I think. So now, what a combo. Stephen Wilson Jr. and then Weird Al, and those are the two concerts I've been to in the last 6 months.
Those are your concert references.
So fun.
And one with Kason and some of our like bestie friends, and one with Melissa. I mean, I'm living large, people. I'm so happy. So yeah, and then we discussed that the other great thing for me right now is that both Brynn and Melissa are now reading my favorite fantasy series, and so we're gonna have a separate like bonus podcast episode. Talking about the Realm of the Elderling series by Robin Hobb, because
that's for real, y'all. We will have a bonus.
We're gonna have it
talking about Robin Hobb.
And these, I just need y'all to anybody listening to understand how happy Brynn and Melissa are making me for reading this, but they are not allowed to say anything. Like if they don't like it, they can't tell me that because I'm too invested. So
I'm super into it. Yeah, I can't even get started. We got to save stuff for our side quest.
But it is an excellent recommendation. Did we say the title of the first book?
Yeah, the first book is Assassin's Apprentice. So if you're Google it, look it up, Assassin's Apprentice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So go read it and then join us for our side quest.
Yeah. Yeah. So fun. So yeah, our Lost and Founds, we've had some great founds.
Anything else to add, Melissa?
I mean, school's out.
School's out.
It's summer.
So my kids are at all 4 of my kids are at the same summer camp for all of June.
One drop off and pick up.
I didn't know
for the whole month.
Yes,
ma'am.
It is truly the only time, because they're 7.5 years. And so it's the last year Simon's eligible for this camp, and the first year Heath is eligible for it. So for one glorious summer, for the first and last time, I'm dropping all of them at one location from 8:30 to 3:00 every day in June.
Oh
man!
And I'm gonna.
These are the days.
I know. Yeah.
You can write a whole nother novel.
Yeah. I know. I know. I think really what I'm going to probably end up doing is purging toddler clothes that I haven't dealt with in the last 5 years.
Okay, with some of the time you can do that, and some of the time it's bingo card.
Isn't there a goal bingo card you should be addressing?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, that's our perfect transition.
Speaking of which,
we love those. Good.
Yeah, perfect transition into our main segment of what we're going to talk about today is following up on the goals we set at the beginning of the podcast. So I guess, Melissa, we're starting with you because yours was to make a creativity bingo card.
Yeah.
How many weeks ago was that? When did we? Was that in January?
That was February or January.
January, February? Oh my God.
Yeah.
10 years have passed since
I know.
I think I did make the bingo card in February.
Okay.
I'm doing about as well as I expected to. I mean, this was for 2026, and my busiest time of year is February, March, and then again end of April, May with my work. So I'm not shocked that I haven't finished it, but I feel like I've made really good progress.
Yeah.
I have been doing some one-on-one meetings with creative people. I launched our podcast and launched the Substack. I went thrifting and made some weird outfits. And I've done 2 pop-up typewriter poetry events.
You've done a ton.
You have done a ton. I'm like, wow, so what's left on the bingo card? That sounds like...
Well, one is fill up an entire sketchbook, and I'm about halfway through one.
Okay.
And then I need to update my website. That one's boring, but it needs to happen. But I've been thinking about it. I still need to do some... I've written some nonfiction essays of the 5 I plan to write. Yeah. I mean,
Oh my God.
I've got plans. I'm going to outline a nonfiction book on creativity and motherhood. That's like my big project for June, actually, is to make an outline for.
Katie, we should have had Melissa go last, I think. I don't want to go now.
I know. I'm like, Brynn, I mean, if you're looking for the one that's going to be the bottom tier of us, I'm pretty sure that's going to be me.
Well,
so you're
when
in
you
safe
have an
hands in the middle.
infant.
If you feel good about a middle.
I mean,
I feel fine about being the lowest tier because I have an infant. I will be using her as my excuse.
these are all the fun things, though. These are all things I want to do. So I don't even like feel that proud because it's just like, well, I could do laundry or I could do something on this. I mean, this is really just
the bingo card and this whole podcast. The point of it is that there's lots of fun things that we want to do that we can easily not make time for, and you've been making time for it. So, ma'am, be proud of yourself.
I am proud of myself.
You take that gold medal.
Well done.
Top
Thank
spot.
You. Well done.
Pedestal.
Okay.
A++ valedictorian.
All right, I'm gonna drag you guys up here on this pedestal with me.
Okay.
Though. You're doing great. You guys are both doing so great.
Yeah, Brynn, you
Question,
launched
what's
a
your
book.
favorite thing? Sorry, I did launch a book, but that was something, honestly, I did last year. I just been doing the promo stuff for it. But I'm curious, Melissa, if you have a favorite thing you've done so far in the bingo card.
Well, experimenting is on the bingo card, experimenting with new art forms. And so like photography and gel printing and then painting watercolor on top of photographs that I've taken and drawing on top of those.
That's very cool. Can we
It's
get
so
some
fun.
pictures on our Substack?
Yeah.
Can
I'll
you
post them on
do?
Substack.
Yeah. I want to see that.
It's so fun. My photography teacher was like, so we've like covered most of what I wanted to cover, but we still have some more lessons. Your homework is to make art out of these photos that you've taken. Do with that what you will. I was like, you know me. You see me, Joanne.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I did, and it's real fun. I did some digital art. I did some physical art where I painted on top of them. So great.
That's
How
so
did you
fun.
find Joanne? Joanne is your photography teacher?
Yeah, I found her on a Facebook group for Decatur area moms. If you're listening, and you're in,
Dames. Shout out, Dames.
I found her on Dames.
Very
Yeah.
nice. See, that was a deliberate and goal-oriented use of social media.
It sure was. Yep.
I just listened to our podcast about the community episode, so it sounds like, Melissa, you've both achieved a goal and added to your community through this class. Yeah.
You really
Sure
did.
Yeah. We're gonna have to maybe on this episode we'll have Joanne be our
Good
Good
Fight
Fight
Spotlight.
Spotlight.
We should.
Yeah.
Dun, da, da,
Yeah.
da. There's the intro.
Yeah.
There's my mark. There's my mark for the music.
Hey y'all, it's Melissa here with this week's Good Fight Spotlight, and I'm excited to give a shout out to my photography teacher, Joanne Kent. She has taught me so much about photography over the last few months, and she is a hardworking, creative mom and would love to send you guys to her website. It's joannekentphotography.com. That's JOANNE Kent, KENT photography.com. She has lots of great photos, but especially if you are an Atlantan, you should check out her work. She has some amazing photos of Atlanta landmarks, and her work is showcased in various Atlanta businesses like the CNN Omni Hotel, the Darwin Hotel, medical offices, law offices, dorm rooms, and lots of homes too. Her work is amazing. Go check her out. Her Etsy shop is really great. Go to her website and then follow the link to her Etsy shop.
Okay, Brynn, do you want to go next?
Sure. So,
YA
Katie,
novel
I feel like
revisiting.
you have notes, so correct me if I'm misremembering, because as I said, a decade has happened since February.
Yeah.
I was going to reread a manuscript for a YA dystopian novel that I wrote 6-7 years ago. And oh my
oh
God,
don't.
I know what I just said,
6'7".
Melissa. Clearly
6'7".
teaches middle schoolers. Like, that's just.
And raises a lot of
Although,
children
because
as well.
my 14-year-old has told me
It's so
nobody
done.
cares anymore.
It's done
like
now,
now that
yeah.
the adults are
It's just
aware,
cringy.
Absolutely.
it's just cringe.
That's the
It's
circle
just
of life of even
My
not even meme culture, but just like
Yeah.
that was happening with like fun things to say as a teenager or whatever. That was happening long before the internet. But
My fifth grader, that his class tormented their teachers with it for that like month that it was really popular, and then his teachers made their fifth grade t-shirt be like leaving fifth grade and headed on to sixth, seventh, and they were all so embarrassed to wear it because it's not cool anymore now. I was
so
like,
the teacher
they
got
got
her
'em back.
revenge.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. Okay, so Brynn, did you read the novel?
Yes. So I had to reread the manuscript and figure out a plan because I wanted to have edited and be ready to query agents by the end of the year. So where I am is I had to find the manuscript on my computer because it has been so many years. I was like, for a second, I thought it was gone.
Oh no.
But I found it, and I printed it, and I have read the whole thing.
Okay.
And it needs to be put in first person. YA is in first person. I need to put the whole thing in first person. And then I think I see why it never got an agent. The premise is still solid. The plot is solid. The characters are solid. It's the syntax, the writing part. It's the writing part of the writing that is the problem. And
I think that's really cool, though, that you can see that now, that you've grown
Yes.
as a writer enough to have a different perspective on it. I mean, obviously you have a lot of work ahead of you, but I think that's really cool that you can see your own growth there in that way.
And it's painfully obvious, honestly. But it was the best I could do at the time. Like that reading back, it was, like I said, and there's so many things about it that are good and strong and that I, with more experience, do recognize as strong. Like the characters are good. The characterization's good. There's a clear plot. There's an arc. Like that's solid. The premise and themes are unfortunately still very relevant and work.
Womp
So,
womp, but yeah.
Gonna rewrite the thing in first person. And then just in rewriting it as a better writer, I think the craft part will be elevated just because I am better at it now.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of things that you just listed in the W's category for
Thank
rereading. You know?
Yes.
It's really just one giant L that is very fixable with the brain and, writer's ability that you have now.
That exactly. And at least I don't have a blank page. So
Oh my heavens. Yeah. I mean, you're so far down the road.
So I think I am on track. But now I have to do the hard part, which is like sit down and start writing.
Do the dang thing.
I just read. I read a book, basically. Yeah. That's my first step into achieving this goal. I read the book.
Yeah. Not like a passive reading, though. I mean, it's
no. Thank you, Kate. Katie is our hype girl. She's
I am, because I'm amazed by the writing process and yes, we've talked about. I'm amazed by all steps of it. So I'm also really not here for the two of you downplaying anything. Because what would you say to anybody who's listening to this if they were having that conversation with you? You would be hyping them up. So don't you bring yourselves down. Okay. It's not allowed.
All right, Katie.
Also,
it's our
I can
turn
both
to hype
make you feel.
No.
I'm not even down about it, and I've achieved less than either of you. So I'm just proud of my headspace mostly. Okay, my two big. Which honestly, the headspace has been what's held me back for years. So if we fix one thing, guys, that would be great. Yeah. And that's a great thing. That's a big W for me. Okay, so my two projects that I was dreaming of were making the curtains out of the pretty fancy fabric that I bought, and then also doing that painting of my parents' back valley. Have I completed either of these? No. Have I made small progress on both of them? Yes. The curtains, if y'all recall, I needed to have my Sage sewing guide sister hold my hand through the process. So we've had time for one meetup where we worked on it, and previous to that, I bought the things I needed, which took longer and was crazier than you would imagine because it's totally new to me. So it's like going in a Hobby Lobby and buying and finding the right lining fabric for making basically custom curtains. Like, there's only one lady that works at our Hobby Lobby that even knows where that would be located, and she just wasn't working when I was there. So I need to get her schedule apparently. But I bought the blackout lining. I bought drapery, like trim for the top that goes behind to make the pinch pleats, and I bought pinch pleat hooks. Hannah and I researched the ways we would want to do the pinch pleats, so all that's kind of planned out. The biggest thing that we had to figure out, and when I say we, I fully mean Hannah. The biggest thing Hannah had to figure out was how to do a blind hem on a sewing machine, because it's going to be custom curtains. Of course, I don't want it to just be like a normal little, a normal straight stitch dotted line. I want it to be like the real people do it. And I bought all these custom curtains off Facebook Marketplace that I have in my house, so like I can see how it's supposed to be done, and it's just a different type of stitch. But of course, it's complicated, and you got to turn all these little knobs on your machine. You got to have a different foot on there. We figured all that out. Whoa. And then we made a video to remember how we figured it out. So like that was smart. And we cut out everything.
These are going to be very fancy curtains. I was like, I've made curtains before. I just like flipped the thing over, like ran a straight stitch, put a curtain rod between it, and bam.
No, I'm a crazy woman. That's what I am.
Well, we talked about our bar is so much higher.
Yeah.
This is the quintessential example of that for me.
Yeah. So the curtain rod is real high.
Yeah, and I guess this is one of the ones where I don't want to lower it too much. Like because I'm like, I want to learn how to do this for real. Okay. So I'm fine if it takes longer. I just want to do it the right way. And again, y'all, the amount of this it's not a SMART goal. In terms of the fact that I need my sister so badly, like to get through this. But she loves me, thankfully.
Oh.
So, yeah. So I've cut out the lining, cut out the fabric. It's all folded up neatly. I've got the ironing board, the whatever. I know my next step, and then Hannah and I need to get back together again, and we will be sewing. I don't know. That's the plan. So,
Katie,
but she's been in Panama.
I just heard a lot of W's from you. Right? I just heard what you've like.
Maybe I'm like, research. Is my former PR training making me spin this in a better light than it is? Because I still only have a pile of fabric.
What kind of what kind of stitch, not stitch, but the clumpy things hem. Of the fabric. Mm. Yes. Yeah. What is that? I don't even know what that is.
I'll have to show you a picture. There's literally no way I could describe it to you in any kind of But
these
that
are
might be part
the
of it. It's going to be a little Substack post, I'm sure, eventually with
the
little
fabric
photos
is gorgeous. I had not seen the fabric until you put that picture. Too. It is stunning.
See, she's so pretty that I'm like, she deserves a blind hem. She deserves the 3-inch liner for the pinch pleats and the triple pinch pleats, not double.
Pinch. See, you've done a lot of research. Like that is one thing.
You've got jargon.
You do.
I love old lady interior design jargon, and that's what this is.
I have no idea what a triple pinch pleat is.
No.
It's yummy is what it is. It looks so nice. So that's the update on the curtains. It's like we have made progress. Literally, though, my sister is putting the team on her back, and
we love Hannah.
Shout out Hannah again. So many shout outs could be made to Hannah. And then the back valley painting I've made less progress on, but I have gathered, my mom helps me gather all the inspiration photos for like not inspiration photos, but like what's the word for that? Like all the reference photos of the spot and of different sunsets that they've had at their house, and different things. And so now I have all of the sort of image pieces that I need. And I think I'm going to like pull them into Photoshop and like make a mock-up of like my perfect reference image. And it might be a little bit of artistic license of combining like where the sun's setting and what's blooming when and things like that. But I kind of have the digital pieces that I need to make my mock-up. I have the canvas, I have acrylic paint and paintbrushes, but I don't know if I want to try oils or something. I need to do some research there. And I also need to research underpainting because I feel that this is an important thing and I don't understand it. But that's a YouTube journey for me.
Okay.
And I also have
underpainting?
It's
what
like
is that?
well, I don't know technically, but anybody I see who's doing like really legit landscape or any kind of painting, really, you sketch it out and then they're painting with like kind of like a terracotta color. They're painting something like underneath before, and it brings out some sort of depth or richness in the actual painting that goes over it or something. I truly don't know, but I see people doing this and I need to know why. Because if I need to do it, I want to do it. This is definitely another one like the curtains where it's like I want to do it like the right way and I want to learn. So again, a great little YouTube rabbit trail that I need to remember to go down in the right moment. You know what I mean? So, also need to save a Facebook Marketplace search for an easel. I mean, it's like a 30 by 40 canvas, 30 by 40 inch canvas. So I think I'm gonna need an easel. But I also did rearrange the piano room with space for an easel and a new little chair in there. So like,
I love that.
I'm ready. And I hung more curtains in there from Facebook Marketplace that are absolutely gorgina. They are.
I'm gonna say, so it sounds like you had a little extra creative project added on. You're gonna make a new little space in your house for yourself.
Yes. Yeah. And that was the biggest thing. So I don't take the fact that I haven't finished those projects, I'm not feeling in my heart as an L because L's make me quit, you know? So like, I don't
only hear any else.
Yeah. I'm only going to be proud of myself.
I heard W's.
Yeah. I'm only going to be proud of myself because that's the only way I'll keep moving. So that's fine. But I also feel like the other really big thing is just that there were a bunch of little unexpected creative projects that I did along the way that, like, I think I talked about in the last episode. There's like things that just wouldn't have occurred to me if I had not been doing this podcast and thinking about all these things and just trying to keep creativity top of mind. And so like I decided to make a little list of it's like Melissa and I making the checklist of things we've already done so we can check them off, you know.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm going to write all of like the things down that I did that were like really fun and random and I wouldn't have done, like the fishing lure boutonniere for my husband for his event, and I made a banner and balloons for a kid's birthday party across the street. That was like my sweet neighbor that I've loved for years. She has one granddaughter and hosted her second birthday party. So I made like a cute little banner and balloon thing. So working as a test run for when I do another banner and balloon thing for my niece's birthday party, and thinking about making curtains, somehow went on a tear of buying more curtains for other places on Facebook Marketplace. And they're all hung up and they need to be hemmed. But they're all on the wall. So like that feels big. I did a new little Easter mantle. And then I set up the chair. Like I've decided to like purge the piano room of a lot more of the kids' toys. And then I had to buy another little chair in there because those two chairs, that the one broke and I got the pretty one that looks like the curtains. And then I needed another one. So I got a tiny little silk granny chair that I love to sit in, and I'm going to have an easel right next to it. And that room is going to be, and the new curtains, that room is going to be so dang cute. So there's a lot of little like W's along the way.
And you did those thank you cards.
Oh yeah, I painted the little
hand-painted thank you cards.
Yeah, so for the people that spoke at Cason's conference, he writes thank you cards for them every year, and he wanted to like order something that would be themed for the event, which was like a beachy sort of theme. And so I painted little ocean scenes on all the fronts of the cards, and that was very fun. And again, a thing I probably wouldn't have thought to do, and it was very fun and turned out really quite cute. You're right. I need to add that to my list so I can check it out.
Because they were really pretty.
That was really fun and easy. Like, it's kind of like once I figured out what the first one's going to look like, it's really nice to just paint the same thing like 20 times. Like, Henry Ford
then it
style.
becomes like meditative.
I streamlined it. I did it I lined them all up and I did one color at a time, and I was like, assembly line. Henry Ford, baby. Like, shout out to Brynn's book.
Man, Katie, if a house comes on the market on your street, let me know because I want to buy it. I want to be your neighbor. I want to be your neighbor so you can do like banners and balloons for my parties. Come over, create a little pretty nook inside my house. It's
definitely one of my life goals is being a good neighbor for sure. So, and thankful to have a sister as a neighbor, you know, that then she can reciprocate some of the things. I've also been helping her with some little projects at her house. Some of them not very little, like finishing her basement. But I love to walk around an unfinished space and be like, oh, you should put this type of closet here and this door should go here and don't forget about whatever. I don't know. I don't know how I know things like that, but I love to think about them.
Yeah.
It's like a little puzzle.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Anytime, like when we had to have our kitchen and bathrooms redone because of flooding issues, it's like, well, let me call Katie Moody. And then basically, if you like anything about my kitchen or bathrooms, that's Katie Moody.
Lots. I like
Right?
lots about your kitchen and bathrooms.
And I love to source things and recommend other people spending their money in a
She's so
certain
good
way,
at that.
you know? And I'm not offended if they don't pick it, but I have fun like making selections. Also, my other sister, I'm doing that with too, with her house, just making recommendations and then enjoying whatever.
Katie,
she
I'm
picks
hearing
out. So
an
fun.
interior design business coming in your future when your kids are older.
I just don't think that, like, I feel like the hack of it, for like the part of it that I'm really good at is doing it on the cheap, which means that like nobody's ever gonna, like, my clients are in the same like money level as me, you know.
Hello,
Just
hi,
problematic.
I'm Brynn. I would love to have a cheap interior designer come look at my house.
I know. I would have to, it would be like interior decorator, really.
Yeah.
Because interior design is like, that's a whole degree. I don't want to like
I
take
still
away
think you
from
could
their
do a whole
expertise.
degree. You're a Georgia resident. Go to UGA, Georgia State, in-state tuition.
Yeah, maybe one
Your
day.
kids will get older and then they'll be at school all day. You could be at school too.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't hate it. I would go back. I'm like, depending on the thing, I would, you know.
Yeah.
I was a great student. As we've all talked about, it's like we thrived as students.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I think I want to make my own version of the bingo card, like for the summer, keeping it realistic. I think my own version of the bingo card is going to be like a little bouquet, and I'm going to make paper flowers with the kids. I think we can each have I'm going to make paper flowers, take brown paper and make like a little, you know how people will wrap stuff in brown paper, like a 2D version of that can be like also like a pocket and go up on a little, we don't have much wall space in the kitchen, but go up or like by the table where we do all our crafting and have the little things there, and then we'll have all our cards or our flowers, and then maybe like a little cheat sheet reference list of like when my brain's not working but I want to do something with my hands, here's some like quick ideas, or I can do whatever, and then or I can write down things I've already done and just write it on the petal or the stem like when I've done it, and then like whatever I need to do, tape it or stick it in the pocket or whatever, and like hopefully by the end of the summer we'll all have little bouquets.
How fun.
That's my bingo card. So, because I think I need like the quickies,
so
you know, like
It's really cute.
I need my big projects are very like lofty for me in this stage of life. So I've realized I need to like really try to just make sure I'm kind of like maximizing the emotional benefit of the quick little things too, you know. And part of that is just remembering that they happened, because I can't remember last week half the time. So
Right.
if I write them on a little bouquet.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Katie,
and
I
then
feel you are like a personified Etsy. Like you are Etsy in person or Etsy is you. Like I think you came first.
Didn't I send y'all? That was like the I don't want to be a jack of all trades. I want to be a hoe of all hobbies. I'm like, that is me.
But like everything on Etsy is like cute, like stuff I would buy. It's like, oh, I
Yeah.
can get personalized gifts for every interest of every family member, and
Yeah,
crafts for the kids, decorating, sewing, painting.
Yeah, I got to get there on those. Okay, those are still WIP.
Well,
Like very much,
we
very
love a
much so.
WIP.
Yeah, but I'm like, I feel like that's a great balance if I can have some like loftier, more long-term-ish things, and then have those really quick ones to boost myself up on a bad or a weird, funky day. Because I do think when the kids and I are out of routines, like I get in weird funks on my days a lot, and so I think I've just learned over time. It's like that's a great moment for me to pivot away from being like frustrated I can't get the laundry done right now because the kids aren't allowing it. That's a great opportunity for me to pivot and be like, we're all getting to the kitchen table and the baby can snack in the high chair and me and the kids can do something little, and maybe if I make something instead of just only do things that get undone.
Yeah.
You know, like the laundry or sweeping the floor or whatever, then like I
Yeah.
feel like that's the best way to bust me out of a bad mood, funk, you know, bad mom energy and vibes that of course my children pick up on. So that's going to be my goal this summer, is like, okay, I'll have my little bouquet, like we can just snap out of it, you know? on the weird days, or the rainy days or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So
rainy days of the soul.
yeah, which often do coincide with the rainy days of outside, because then the kids
Yeah.
are stuck in the house with me. But yeah, so I mean, we talked about it before. I cannot overstate how I feel like how much better of a spring I've had, because we were doing this and I was thinking about it and I was prioritizing it. And obviously Kaysen's really supportive of it and wonderful. The kids I've brought alongside me on things, like they've seen me doing more of it. I no longer think that my son would have no faith in me on creating a dumb monster truck Halloween costume. I think he would have more faith now, because when he saw me like painting the sign, he'd be like, Mom, like some of the paint, it was like a big part of it that I did in like 2 Bluey episodes, which is like 15 minutes. And he came back and he was like, wow, Mom, you're like actually really good at that. I was like, thank you. Thank you.
Well, that's a good segue. That like one of our goals for the podcast was to help ourselves to be more intentionally creative. That was one of our big goals. And I think it has helped us. It's helped Moody. It's helped me. I don't know if it's helped Brynn or not.
It's helped me talk about. It's helped me get excited to find ways to put it in to my life. Now that we're coming up, like, it's made me want to make it more of a priority than I have made
and
it.
You've had like really like tangible things you had to do.
Very timely deadline stuff. Yeah.
So
I've done a lot of Canva graphics.
I was about to say, I know you're tired of that, but like you did the dang thing with the Canva graphics.
I did.
And
I
the
made
making
the
videos. The making videos. Doing events.
Yes, I have discovered I much prefer the reels and making videos to graphics.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so we've talked about all our individual goals, but we definitely had goals like as a podcast. I think one of our big goals that I am very proud of myself and all of us is that we did 12 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We went from meeting in December with zero experience, like no idea how to do a podcast.
And Brynn and I never having actually met in person before.
So fun.
Yeah, and Brynn not knowing that I had any like graphic design or video skills before like the very end of that, when she was helping me buckle my kids into the car. So she's like, "Oh, that's gonna actually help."
That's gonna be so helpful.
Yeah, it has been very helpful. I think we just really didn't know what to expect, or how hard it was gonna be, or how much we were gonna get out of it. But we like set out, we're going to do 1 season of 12 episodes and then reevaluate. We're not committing to doing this for the rest of our lives. We're not committing to like making this a huge time commitment forever. And we did it.
Yeah. We did it. It's amazing. I am so amazed by us, honestly. We just were like, let's make a podcast. We can do that, right? Like, do we need microphones? Do you have to have headphones? Is that something?
I think I've been thinking about this a little bit, that a big part of why I have so many creative like options is because I have this like personality trait that's like, how hard could it be? That looks fun. That looks fun. I'd like to try to know how to do that. How hard could it be? And sometimes the answer is pretty hard. But then I'm already committed, so I got to figure it out.
Tie-dyeing and screen printing t-shirts.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right.
And you threw your hat over the fence, girl.
Yeah, that's right. And so I think, I don't know, if maybe we can just, I don't know, encourage ourselves to have more of the like, I bet I could figure that out attitude. And maybe it will turn out good.
The Mel attitude of how hard can it be? Like, I really want that to be, on a t-shirt. How hard
and my sister,
how hard can it be?
I was talking to my sister, my older sister, about, she was talking about the concept of cognitive rigidity and how hard she has to fight against that, of thinking like there's only one way, there's only one right way to do this thing, there's only one way I want to do this thing, and or that like I don't know how to do that, so I can't learn that, that's too hard, I'm overwhelmed by that. And so she was kind of talking about, as we're aging, if you want to be having a good time in your life as you get older, the more you can battle against cognitive rigidity, the better off you'll be at like embracing the changes and trying new things and not getting stuck in routines where, you know, you're not saying yes to going to a Weird Al show on a random Sunday night because you want to be in bed by 9 p.m. or something, you know, and which no shade to an early bedtime. Love her too. But it's, you know, when she said that phrase, just which is like a medical term, I think. But like, I was like, oh my gosh, cognitive rigidity. I feel like I'm like, oh, I've been fighting against that really well with doing this because just thinking, okay, I got to brush off some old skills of like, you know, making a logo and, you know, editing audio and stuff like that. Brush off some old skills that I haven't used in years. And then, you know, learning some totally new things and that type of challenging myself. I just really haven't been good at for several years. So
can we talk about all you've done for this podcast for a second, Katie?
No, we can't.
Like, let's. Yeah, we're going to. Like 2 out of 3 of hosts say we're going to talk about this.
You're outvoted.
Oh
Sorry,
I don't take compliments well. If anybody has like heard them compliment me on this podcast, and then I just like react in a way where you think like, oh, she is like not great. I literally just don't know how to react to people being nice about my stuff sometimes. So just
let's put
which
that
is
on your
too
bingo
bad.
card.
I know
because Katie has done. I don't know if everyone listening knows this, but the logo you see of the 3 exclamation points that was designed by Katie. On our Substack, the headshots of us, Katie took those. That's Katie's also a photographer. Katie does all of the editing of the episodes. She is also now the one that found the platform we're using to record.
Well, we have to give credit to Kaysen for that one.
Okay, but you at least know where
married
to
him.
I married him. Yeah. That was a good pick. I'll take credit for that. I picked a good one.
But then also, like, you learn, like, you were like, oh, I'll do this. So all the cool little segments when you listen, the music and the cuts, there are a lot more pauses than y'all hear, a lot more likes and ums.
Oh, I do cut out a lot of ums and ahs, and I will take credit for that. Yes.
Yeah.
So
and any ones I leave in, it's just because,
things.
Yeah, I don't have my kids are being crazy because I'm trying to edit and also parent at the same time. So. You just know that if you hear an or an ah, it's still in there because there was a child nearby that needed me.
Like for the last episode, we got in the text thread a picture from Katie in the passenger seat of her car, headphones on, laptop open in her lap, editing episode 9 while
that
on
was
a road trip.
The most peaceful editing I've ever had because the kids were buckled in. 2 of them were watching an iPad and 1 was asleep. And
Perfect.
Then all I had to do was make sure Kaysen understood that he couldn't talk to me, which is hard for him in the car because we like to talk in the car. But I just had to make sure that I was like, okay. Wow. And then that was the fastest, best editing I've ever done in the passenger side of a Honda Odyssey.
Man,
on my way to the beach.
I've done
Honda,
so
if you would
much.
like to sponsor this.
Oh my gosh!
Oh man,
y'all don't even know how much I love my van. Could do a mini-sode about how much I love.
Let's
driving a minivan.
Because I also drive a Honda Odyssey and
it supports my creative.
I
efforts.
have a Honda CRV. Honda. If you want to sponsor us,
the Honda Girls. We'll change the name of our podcast to the Honda Girls.
If they give me a brand new van,
yes,
I would happily do that. Then.
Okay, but anyway, back to our podcast goals.
Yeah, sorry, podcast goals.
Get a sponsor.
That's not a bad goal, honestly.
No, I think one of our goals for the future is to not be in the red on
any
on what we're spending to make it happen. But that's okay if we're not there yet.
Yeah, just the costs right now are it's been editing software, and I didn't actually buy any equipment because I either already owned it or Kaysen owned it. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we're keeping it. It's extremely low cost because we're not really outsourcing any of the work to anyone. So it's like I edit the thing and then Melissa does all the uploading and Brynn kind of plans out the outline of each episode of what we're going to talk about. And in those early episodes, you had some articles
I had
and
outlines,
like research.
I had articles, and then that fell way off.
But I think that was natural because of what we ended up talking. Some of the things we ended up talking about. Yeah, and one of our goals as far as I mean, a big part of it is like we will commit to it and keep doing it as long as it's fun. Like we're going to commit to 12 so we have kind of a good start and finish, and it'll feel like a started and completed project. And then if we hate it, we don't have to keep going at that point. I mean, we're all human beings with free will. We could have just ditched it anytime we wanted to, but we like a goal and we like to reach a goal. But part of it was like, it's really important that we're all having fun. Because we are doing it for free. And
in our very limited free time.
Yes. And so we definitely have met that goal. I've had so much fun. And then our other thing was like, even if the only people that listen to it are like us and our moms, but it's fun to us, then that's totally worth it to us. But we have had a lot more listens and downloads than we, I mean, we didn't really guess at numbers. I mean, how do you know? But it's been like a pleasant surprise to see a lot more download numbers than what we had thought. And I never want to make it about the numbers, but the point is to share and help people. So you can't do that if no one's listening. We've had a lot of W's for the podcast kind of group goals. I think the biggest L is what we really want to do is build the online community aspect of it, where there's conversation back and forth and amongst people that listen.
Encouragement,
and for encouragement, for sharing things, for that little bit of like, lighthearted accountability. And we haven't really, hasn't really happened yet. And
a big nada sandwich.
Yeah. And I think a big part of it is, well, we kind of were ill-informed, which is our own fault, I guess, about just how some of Substack works with like commenting and stuff like that on a post. You can't like post a photo in a comment. So that kind of makes it hard to have a thread going of people. So that's hard. And I also think downloading a new app and a new thing is a big barrier for people because a lot of us are also like fed up with social media, and we like the vibes on Substack for sure. But I think that was a big sort of like an initial deterrent and hurdle where people are like, I can't be going on another thing. So we did start a Facebook group because, our age and stage, we do have a lot of people who,
but like I haven't
on Facebook, but we haven't really done much with it yet. But it's there, and it's part of the evolution, I would say, of trying to, how can we, so we still have that goal, but we need to change the way we make it happen, because obviously what we tried first wasn't working the best. And I think we need to have, post episode discussion threads and maybe post the visuals of what we talked about if there were specific things. Yeah.
I want show notes in the future.
All like links to things, and there's some of those type of things that we can definitely improve on in the future. Just takes slightly more planning.
And I think building a community also takes time. And we've barely squeezed in recording 12 episodes, like recording and uploading
editing.
12 episodes.
Like I'm always
and editing. Yes.
Poor Melissa is always waiting on me to finish editing, so then she can do the like transcript and upload and all the little last minute things, and so I greatly affect her bedtime every Monday night.
It's okay.
But maybe not though. Now that we've switched to Riverside, my next episode to edit is on the new platform, so we shall see. But
are we going to have a video component for season 2? Are we going to be a YouTube channel?
Yeah, that absolutely will be so much easier and more possible with Riverside, and even like clipping and short form, easily clipped content of video and or audio, and that we can post on other places to show people who we are and like drive them to listen or join the Facebook group or still join us on Substack. So that will be much more easily achievable. Getting Riverside allows us to lower that bar. So
Mel, what do you hope for season 2?
Yeah, I think I want to keep having fun, and I really want to offer value and help people feel encouraged. And I really do want to like be thoughtful about how to create a community, because it's been very slapdash, which is fine as we're trying to figure out what we're doing. We haven't really had a strategy about like how do we create a community.
I think we were learning how to make a podcast. Now, step 2, create the community around the podcast.
And I want to do some events like that. I love getting people together in real time. So either online or maybe even in person. I want to do some like goal setting workshops because I really love leading people in that kind of thing, or maybe like a paint, like, I don't know. I just want to do some events, either online or in person, for Not Quite Losing It. I love those things.
I would love to have an event associated with this where I don't have a child in the hospital at the same time so that I could enjoy it a lot more. And I just want to see stuff that people make. I want to see what people make.
I want to do an art potluck where everybody just brings like one art supply, and then you sit around and like share art supplies. I have all these collaborative art activities I like to do. I have a million ideas. I just need y'all to help me make it happen.
Yeah, for the Atlanta listeners.
Yeah, and some online workshops.
Yeah, that's true. Online to spread it a little wider. So yeah, we have ideas with season 2 or doing some kind of, mini-sodes over the summer before we launch to a bigger season 2 that we will, now that we're going to be finished recording season 1, we can really put our meeting time into talking about that, which is really exciting. And then we'll share where it's going. But we don't want to even disappear for like the summer, though. We want to still have something going. So stay tuned.
Well, we're definitely doing a book club episode about Assassin's Apprentice.
Yeah, and I have thought I would love to do, there's just little ideas of wanting to do, like we have people we'd love to interview. I would love to do one that's like explaining the logo, like a mini-sode or something.
Oh, yeah.
And the color choices and the, all those little things that went into it, like an Alan Peters video, if y'all follow his little videos of his graphic design. Not that I am on his level by any means, but I'm like, it would be fun to talk about the kind of behind the scenes of that, and there's just lots of fun little things. So
do you think I would love to hear the behind the scenes of the logo creation?
Robin Hobb is
oh my gosh, can we go meet Robin Hobb?
Does she live in Atlanta? I was like,
no, she lives in like Seattle or something.
But maybe she would Zoom with us.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
that would be a goal guest, like a high goal guest.
I have no idea, but like how hard can it be? How hard can it be to get Robin Hobb?
We're obsessed with you.
on our side quest.
I would
episode.
like, I've never downloaded or made a TikTok. I might, like, the one person that I would make a TikTok for in the hopes of making videos that would go like viral enough to get her like a book talk following, it would be like, I would make a TikTok just to talk about Robin Hobb. Like, that's my niche content. It's just to talk about Fitz and the Fool and all the Night Eyes and everybody. So
oh my gosh.
Kaysen she had a book signing thing one time. And Kaysen got her to like sign like a personalized like note in a copy of Assassin's Apprentice for me. It's like sitting right over there on my piano. So that was one of his best gifts ever to me. Ever.
One of my author goals, Katie, is to have someone love my books as much as you love Robin Hobb's. That's just one person. If I can bring one person as much joy as she has,
I have that signed copy.
You.
I have a Christmas ornament. I have of all the teeny books that my sister made it for me. It's like all of the teeny little books.
I feel like if that's on TikTok, if all those things are on TikTok, then surely. Okay, we've lost the plot. We have lost the plot.
It's episode 12, guys.
I know, 58 minutes in. Oops.
This is summer energy here.
Wow. Yeah. We are so excited about season 2, you guys. We don't know what it's going to be yet.
But we're pumped.
We probably will by the time this airs. We'll probably have an idea.
Thanks for hanging out with us. I mean, whoever is listening, again, please post on Substack because I'm dying to know who you are. You've hung out with us as we just talk to each other. And that, I have realized, is the main creative thing I've gotten out of this creative community. Talking to you guys, because my day job is not creative. The book promotional stuff to me is just work. So like, y'all, this podcast is like my creative community and combats the loneliness of being too busy for friends. So that's
We did it.
We did it.
We did
and Melissa, are you giving us a final leaf snack for season
thank
1?
you. Thank you for. I was like, we're just really going on.
We
I
are.
always forget it's my job. It's my job to close us
You're
now.
blaming us.
Yeah, it's me.
No, I'm blaming the nerve block at this point. My rambling on.
You might need to explain that.
I got an occipital. My first time getting occipital nerve block, so like half my head is numb, and it's making me feel very weird and probably too talkative. So
It's all
there you
good.
go.
We're doing great. Okay, the leaf snack is to reflect on your goals and your progress, and don't be mad or sad if it's not as much as you would hope. But try to look at what you have done and think, even if all you've done is think about it, that's something.
The planning is
Mm-hmm.
for this curtain thing. Planning is more than half the battle. So
Right?
make it a W.
Yep.
Make
Give
a list so
yourself
you
some
can check
credit.
off.
And it's okay if you haven't done as much as you would have hoped, but that doesn't mean you have to throw that goal in the trash. Try again. Keep going.
Yeah,
You're
keep
doing great.
going.
Okay,
I love it. I'm going to do
Great.
that.
great. All
Guys,
right.
this was so much fun.
So
season
fun,
1.
as always. We did it.
We
All
did
right,
it.
y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Thanks,
Okay.
you guys.
Love you. Bye.
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 We're not quite losing it. 3 creative friends coming together to share some laughs, inspiration, and advice to help you feed your creative spark when the responsibilities of life and parenting are threatening to snuff it out. Check us out every Tuesday, wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, and join the conversation on Substack as we remind each other that despite all appearances, we're not quite losing it.